This week on 49ers Sac-Hi Sports, we have the highlights from all 7 of the section championship football games. You'll see Granite Bay take on Manteca, Oak Ridge battle Folsom, and Houston take on Somerville.
In our winter sports coverage, we have Franklin taking on St. Mary's in boys hoops. Girls basketball features Del Oro and St. Francis, plus the story of the Bradshaw Christian football player and his dedication to his sport despite having just one kidney. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports starts right now.
Welcome to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Brownstein. We start tonight in Sacramento for the Division II section title game. The Manteca Buffaloes, the 1 seed, making it back to the section title game. The Buffs are back-to-back champs in Division III, but this season moved up a division.
That's right. So Manteca facing 6th-seeded Granite Bay for the Division II crown. Granite Bay upset 3rd-seeded Downey and 2nd-seeded Del Oro to make it to the ship. Freshman Isaiah Ene is on fire for the Grizz in the postseason. He will look to have a big game in the big game, the D2 title game played at Sac City College on Saturday night. Tracy area sports coverage is presented by Tracy Toyota off Freeway 205 in Tracy, with you all the way. As promised, Manteca and Granite Bay for the Division II section title. Winner moves on to Norcals. This is the place Blake Nicholson has been before. He gets the backward shovel pass and cuts straight to the end zone, 7-0 Manteca. Then Manteca going to the air, Hudson Wyatt to, who do you think? Blake Nicholson in stride, and the Buffaloes up 14-0 after just 6 minutes. This is the first drive for the Grizzly offense. Oh no, Blake Nicholson with the interception, which would lead to another Nicholson touchdown. So in the first 8 minutes of this game, Nicholson has 3 touchdowns on offense and an interception on defense. He sure doesn't want his senior year to end tonight. Here is the ensuing Granite Bay drive. McCade Long throws long to Joseph Catalico, and the coach's kid hauls it in. First score of the day for GB. In the second quarter, Wyatt dumps it off to Elijah Cota, and Cota makes everyone miss. This is a 25-yard score for the senior, his 7th touchdown of the year. First receiving touchdown of the year, though. Granite Bay not going anywhere. Handed off to the freshman Isaiah Ene. Have yourself a freshman year, my guy. It's back to a 2-possession game. Never mind. Blake follows Elijah, and just watch him do his thing. Florida State getting one of the best athletes in the state of California, 37-14 Manteca. Just when you think it's out of reach for Granite Bay, the Grizzlies claw their way back with huge plays just like this. Call on CPS. That's Carson Perry Smith, by the way. He'll make it rain. The Grizz with a 22-point third quarter. Down by 9 with a minute left. McCade Long to a wide open Casuano. Does Frank make it in? Absolutely, says the line judge. It's now a 3-point game. The Grizzlies need the onside kick. The kick is perfect. Trevor Soares falls on it, but it's got to go 10 yards, and the refs rule it 1 yard shy. Incredible. That brings victory formation for the Buffaloes and the Gatorade bath for Coach Mark Varnum. Manteca wins its 10th section title in school history. The Buffs still in search of their first NorCal title. Blake thinks this is the team to do it.
I feel like this team, we didn't have the necessary weapons than like last year. Like Bryson Davis, he's a phenomenal player. He helps me out a lot out there. Coda, he stepped it up since last year. Just our line overall, everyone's just stepped it up this year. So I feel like we kind of have a good chance.
We head now to Stockton, where we kick off the division section title game at St. Mary's, where Ripon Christian goes up against Woodland Christian. The Knights, the 1 seed, are the first to score. Grant Sonke receives the backward shovel pass and plows his way in. It's 6-0 RC. But the Cardinals tie it up before the end of the first. Running back Billy Hinkle gets the direct snap, and he is in. The 2-point conversion makes it 8-6 Woodland Christian after 1. Second quarter, the Knights driving. Quarterback Trey Fasani is getting chased down. He's way out of the pocket before launching a pass off 1 foot to an open Brady Grons, and Brady is in. The Knights take back the lead 14-8. But with just under 2 minutes remaining in the half, the Cardinals take to the air as well. A pump fake from Caden Pasco, then the catch from Hinkle. Billy now with a rushing and receiving touchdown in this one, 16-14 Woodland Christian at the break. In the third, Fasani drops back and throws a dart to his tight end, Jace Beetleman. The back and forth continues. The Knights up by 6. Ripon Christian looking to extend its lead before the fourth quarter. Says the freshman Isaiah Hunt. The INT keeps it 22-16 heading into the fourth quarter. Here's Ripon Christian again. Fasani to Grons, and Brady picks up some yards after that catch, putting the Knights in the red zone. 2 plays later, Fasani looking to his left. Trey launches it, and there to haul it in is Eli Terpsma, 28-16 Ripon Christian. Woodland Christian with time for a couple more drives, needing to get in the end zone here. The Cards come close, but Grons closes the door with the interception in the end zone, and Ripon Christian is the D7 section champs. An incredible comeback season for the Knights, who now move on to NorCals.
Out to Intercom High School, where the Tigers took on the Rio Linda Knights in the white unis. Intercom starting things off right with 4 minutes into the match. A nice ball reversal gets Jaeger Mitroneko on the open, and this guy can boogie, slipping it past the keeper, and the Tigers lead it 1-0. At the 21-minute mark, Rodrigo Alvarez of Intercom boosts his free ball at the net, but a great punch out by Rio Linda's keeper, Yahir Rodriguez, keeping this a 1-goal game. 2 minutes later, Intercom with another free kick. Josh Nogin with the ball. He kicks this one, and it goes in thanks to Alvarez redirecting the shot into the goal with his head. 2-0. At the 28-minute mark now, Intercom gets their 3rd goal of the half. Alvarez kicks, goes to the backside of the goal. Ben Elkins heads it in. These Tigers are just attacking the net. In the 46th minute now, here we go. Rio Linda on the attack. Upfield they go. The ball gets past the keeper, but Intercom's defender Ryan Miller is there to kick the ball out before it goes crossing the goal. It's a save of the day for Ryan. 51st minute now. Elkins crosses the ball to Myroneko, who taps it over to Jacob Collins, who pushes it past the keeper, and the Tigers' lead is growing. In the 66th minute now, Nogin gets a chance for a goal here on this free kick, and Josh boots this one past everyone in the back of the net for the goal. It's the 5th of the contest for the team, and Intercom off to another solid start for their season. They win it 5-0.
Brian Mueller at Sac-Hi Tuesday night, and a very happy birthday to Dragons head coach Matt Johnson as his team hosts Oak Ridge. Sac causing all sorts of problems on defense. Mike Wilson jumps the passing lane and takes it all the way in for the finger roll. Dragons up 10-1. More of the same early in the second. Sir Marius Jones comes up with the steal. Up ahead to Kendall Hearn, who has some serious airtime on this lay-in, 21-13. But the Trojans would chip away. Early third now, Tag Neal with a bullet pass to Dylan Sayer. Oak Ridge down just 3. It's a 1-point game later in the quarter when the Dragon defense brings the heat again. Wilson with the steal, then somehow gets this to Hearn for the hammer. 42-29 Sac-Hi. Final 1:30 of the quarter, Jacob Olsen had it going, gets the shot to fall plus the foul. He would complete the 3-point play to bring the Trojans within 5. We'll skip ahead to the final 2 minutes. Oak Ridge down by just a point. Olsen comes up big again, and the Trojans have their first lead of the game, 64-63. We're tied now at 66 with 10 seconds left. Dragons with a chance to win, but they cannot get it to go. Time runs out before Oak Ridge can get a shot off, and we're headed to OT. Dragons up 1 2 minutes in. Nathan Enney finds Noah Simula in the corner. A clutch corner 3, and Oak Ridge is up by 2. 20 seconds later, we're tied again. The Dragon defense with another stop. Hearn handling the fast break, and there's Wilson running the floor. Wilson puts Sac-Hi up 2 with 1:28 left. But you knew the Trojans would have something to say about that. Olsen inside to Enney. And just like that, it's tied at 73 with 23 seconds left. So the Dragons can hold for the last shot. Final seconds. The shot no good, but Shabal Barksdale comes flying in for the putback at the buzzer. Extra gravy and pumpkin pie for that man. They're storming the court at Sac-Hi as the Dragons win a thriller, 75-73 in overtime.
Each week this season, Roseville Hyundai brings us the Players of the Week. Our first Player of the Week is Austin Mack from Folsom. The Bulldogs' 6'6" quarterback threw 7 touchdowns, compiling 460 passing yards in Folsom's semifinal win over Central Catholic last week. We will see the 4-star recruit play for the Division I title game in our next segment.
Our second Roseville Hyundai Player of the Week is Jordan Vanderveen from the Ripon Christian volleyball team. Jordan led the Knights to a state championship last week. Jordan had 23 kills in the semifinal game and 19 kills in the state game. Jordan Vanderveen and Austin Mack, this week's Roseville Hyundai Players of the Week.
SMUD is leading the nation in clean power, so each week SMUD teaches us how we can save energy.
Here is this week's Clean Power City Tip, powered by SMUD.
My name is Dylan Saucedo from Casa Roble High School, and here's this week's Clean Power City Tip. Unplug small appliances and electronics, like coffee makers and printers when not in use. These items continue using power as long as they're plugged in. SMUD is leading the nation in clean power. Learn more at cleanpowercity.org.
Coming up, our first SunPower Electric game, SFL League rivals Oak Ridge and Folsom play for the Division I title.
Then we head to the hardwood for Sacramento and Bear River girls hoops. You're watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
At Tracy Toyota, we're not just devoted to selling cars. We're committed to our community. We're donating $100,000 to help local organizations in Tracy. We call it Champions Thinking Heroes, like the Seeds of Life Center, who serves the local community. We're even donating $50 for every vehicle sold. Shop our great lineup of new Toyotas in person or at tracytoyota.com. Our certified used cars come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Tracy Toyota, with you all the way.
Commitment, performance, pride. Roseville Hyundai is thrilled to be the feature sponsor of this week's Sac-Hi Players of the Week. We take great pride in recognizing each of your accomplishments as part of our continued effort to support the community. Come see the electrifying new lineup at Roseville Hyundai. From EVs and hybrids to our fuel cell vehicle, Hyundai Nexo. We've got you covered. Claim yours today.
Score that touchdown and run it up again. Score that touchdown and run it up again. SF Niners, we just win. SF Niners, we just win. I'm from that field, I'm from that field. 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 I'm from that field.
The Folsom Bulldogs are the reigning Sac Joaquin Section Division I champions. Folsom has won 61 section championships since 2017 and holds a total of 10 titles.
Oak Ridge has 5 titles under its belt, the latest being won back in 2019. Nick Pecoraro breaks down to the Division I matchup in our SunPower Electric game at Sac City College on Friday night.
Electric game.
That's right, it doesn't get much better than a Sierra Foothill League rivalry for our section championship version of our SunPower Electric game tonight. It's the top 2 teams in our weekly football rankings. It's Oak Ridge taking on Folsom for all the marbles. Folsom has become synonymous with success over the past decade plus, winning 8 of its 10 section banners since 2010. Our North Offensive Player of the Year, Austin Mack, looks to help hang the next. But looking to buck the trend of Bulldog dominance are the Trojans. Led by quarterback Maddox Varela, Oak Ridge seeks its 6th overall title and first under head coach and Oak Ridge alum Casey Taylor. These two met in the 2013 finals with Folsom getting the edge. Let's run it back. After a scoreless first quarter, Jake Tremaine boots the first of his 3 field goals on Friday. 3-0 Bulldogs at the half. When's the last time you heard that score for a Folsom game? Third quarter, Bulldogs charging. Mack tosses to Donovan Parler, makes the catch, but he's out of bounds just before the goal line. Another field goal from Tremaine made it 6-0 after 3. Oak Ridge now. When nothing else is working, you got to throw the kitchen sink at him. The old double pass, Varela to Jaden Anderson to Caleb Edwards for a 32-yard pickup. That play may have saved the Trojan season. Same drive, Varela with a dime piece to Sebastian Sutton. A tremendous grab sets up this. Varela fakes right, rolls left, finds Jake Hall for the touchdown, but the PAT missed. So we're all tied up at 6 with 8.5 to go. First play of the ensuing drive, it's Parler. Maximum effort going down the sideline. A 41-yard score puts the Bulldogs in the driver's seat, 13-6. And then Folsom turns up the D now. Slade Wilson with his team-high 4th interception of the year. That led to another field goal, 16-6, as time ticking on the Trojans. But it's more Bulldog defense. Colin Denny strips the ball loose, and DJ Brown picks it up. Folsom ball. And the next play would seal the deal. It's Parler again. Parler's got a fever. And the only prescription is another touchdown. Folsom goes back-to-back with its 11th section championship. Their 7th at the D1 level is the most all-time.
It's awesome, man. First time's great. Second time, it's even better. It's just being able to contribute on such a good team. It was a hard-fought game, and it feels awesome to pull it out.
We're just ready to, whoever we got to play another day at the office, and we'll take it one day at a time. We're not done yet, and our best football's ahead of us.
Checking out the Sacramento and Bear River girls game as the Dragons head up the hill to take on the Bruins, who are coming back from a Division 5 section title last year. But it's a new year and new players. First quarter, Sacramento's Leanne Dunn with the steal heads up the floor and finds Ziere Forte, who lays it in. 11-4 Dragons early. Then the Bruins cut the Sac-Hi lead to 4-win. Tyron Cleek steps in front of this pass and goes all the way for the hoop and the foul. In the third quarter now, the Dragons jump out to a 24-15 lead on this steal by Zuriza Thomas, who gets to the hoop before everyone else and lays it in. Third quarter now, nice side-out play by Bear River's Chrissy Kelly, who finds Cass Craig, who's underneath the hoop, and it's now a three-point game. Then Dunn kicking out the ball to Thomas, who nails this three-pointer, and the lead goes back to 6. Nice little give and go as Craig passes to the wing where Sabrina Mantooth has it, and Craig cuts to the hoop. Sabrina sees it and rewards her. It's now a 2-point game with 3 minutes to go in the third. Sac-Hi has the 3-ball working. Sincire Jenkins nails the 3 here. Dragons had 8 3-pointers in the game. With 22 seconds left in the third quarter, Bear River takes the lead. Kelly with the steal, and right at the last moment, she gives it up to Cleek, who lays it in. Sac-Hi on the run now as Forte to Mecca Lewis on the run. Lewis basket is good, and the Dragons go back up 1. But Bear River would take the lead for good with 2 minutes to play as Chrissy Kelly hits this step-back 3. Sarah Desart with the assist. Then on the inbounds pass, Kelly is the trigger person who gets the ball back in the corner and splash. It's all good as Bear River wins at home by 7. Cleek leads all scorers with 23. As for Sac-Hi, Dunn had 18.
Stanford Medicine brings us great advice for athletes each week.
Here's Dr. Joseph Donnelly with this week's health tip.
The ACL is located centrally within the knee joint and plays a critical role in rotational stability during athletic play. It is often injured with a non-contact twisting motion. Players describe feeling a painful pop and develop swelling, and note instability in the knee during twisting activities. Treatment requires reconstruction surgery using a tendon graft, and successful surgical outcomes are determined by many different factors, but the timing of return to sports may be the most important. Most athletes return to their sport around 1 year from surgery once they have passed return to play testing.
Coming up is Escalon and Sonora meeting in the Division 5 title game.
But first, take a look at our final Sac Joaquin Section Top 10 Girls Volleyball Poll presented by Tracy Toyota.
Right now, my electrical bill is about $10 a month.
This is definitely one of the best investments we did in our house.
All over the country, people are taking control over their electric bills by going solar with SunPower. We offer the most efficient, durable panels on the market, so you can see a return on your investment every month.
I was paying $220 a month. Now I pay about $22 a month.
Right now, 49ers faithful get a $1,000 Visa reward card from SunPower. Go online today.
Summer's in full swing. Remember, Smud's peak hours are 5 to 8 p.m. weekdays when electricity use is the highest. Shift some of your electricity usage to mid and off-peak hours when it costs less and renewable energy is plentiful. It's good for your bill, protects the environment, and helps our community too. Let's work together to save energy this summer. Learn more at smud.org/time of day.
Brought your baseball glove to basketball practice that turned out to be football practice? Game on, junk sleep. During Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale, get a king bed for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin and save up to $700 on select mattresses. Plus, get a free adjustable base. Shop now at Mattress Firm, the official sleep.
Welcome back to Levi's Stadium. The Division 5 section title game has the 2 and 5 seeds battling it out. Escalon drawing the 5 seed and knocking out top-seeded Sutter last week. It was a defensive dominance shown by the Cougars, with Riker Peters leading the team with 10 tackles and 2 touchdowns on offense.
The Cougs facing second-seeded Sonora for the D5 crown. The Wildcats feature a prolific ground attack with 5 Wildcats, all with over 300 rushing yards on the year. Sonora and Escalon meeting at St. Mary's High School in the title game on Saturday night.
Sonora cheerleaders looking on as the Wildcats and Escalon Cougars meet the D5 finals. Let's get to it. Escalon gets on the board first. Donovan Rosevink with the play fake, and that buys in some time to connect with Jamin Miller for a long 64-yard touchdown pass. Down the sidelines he goes. Cougars lead it early. Sonora responds. Audie Peoples with the inside handoff, and he busts free from the line. He will not be stopped. This one from 30 yards out. We are tied up at 7. Sonora takes the lead here on this 1-yard run by Adam Kunrau, and the Wildcats lead 14-7. Second quarter, Escalon ties the game up at 14 on this 1-yard score by Riker Peters. Sonora takes the 21-14 halftime lead on this short run by Peoples, scoring for the Peoples of Sonora. Third quarter, Cougars with the ball, and Rosevink in the gun, draws back, and he unleashes this bomb to Owen Nash, who's wide open, streaking down the field, and he's in from 55 yards out. Game tied at 21. With the minute to go in the third quarter, Sonora back in the end zone. Peoples doing it well. He represents the Wildcats, who straight out of Tuolumne County. With under 4 minutes to go, Sonora with the lead, up late by 7. Wildcats go to the air. Bad news as it's picked off by Logan Anderson at Escalon, and he's making a pick 6 house call. He's in. PAT good. Game tied. Somehow Sonora needs to respond, and they do it in a big way. They give it to Bryce Nicholson, and he finds the hole, and he hits it with authority. Bryce Nicholson breaks free, and he's gone. An 86-yard touchdown for the Wildcats, and no one's going to get him. The PAT is no good. Not a problem, right? Sonora's still up 6, but there's still time. One last chance for Escalon with under 40 seconds to go, down 6. Rosevink looking for some extra time, and he just chucks it up to his guy, Owen Nash, in the back of the end zone, who makes the game-winning catch. He's inbounds. PAT good! And that would do it. Escalon comes back to win their third straight section title, 35-34.
Oh, it was a great team win. You know, we needed our defense to make a stop, and number 5, he came up with one of the biggest plays, besides number 13's catch in the back of the end zone. But you know, our defense, they got us that pick 6, and that was what kept us in the game, baby.
The Bradshaw Christian football team saw its season come to an end last week.
The Pride had a great run, so Dominic Tornatori just finished his sophomore season. At first, Dominic didn't want to play football. After all, it is a dangerous sport in light of the fact Dom has just one kidney. Look a couple years into Bradshaw Christian's future, and anyone will tell you this team has the potential to accomplish big things. 9 freshmen, 16 sophomores, 6 juniors.
Sophomores at semifinals, I just can't wait till senior year. All of us fully matured, grown, strong. That's a scary thought for other teams.
Dominic Tornatori is among the Pride's surplus of sophomores. Well, he goes by Dominic, Dom, Dee, a bunch of nicknames. But don't forget the most important, survivor.
And it's hard. It's hard to remember it. It's hard to talk about it sometimes. We were at my job. It was a Saturday, a little bit slow. I work in an automotive store. My wife and the kids, they came up to visit me for lunch. And Dominic, being 3 years old, is horsing around. And so I grabbed him by his stomach to pick him up. And when I grabbed him, my hand filled with something. There was a large mass in my hand. We had to, take him into the doctor and see what was going on. I got a phone call from my oldest son saying, Dee has cancer.
Kidney cancer. Dominic was just 3 years old.
It was immediate fear. Probably the worst news that you could ever really get as a parent. I had recently, a couple years past, lost my brother-in-law to cancer. I had lost my mom a few years prior to that to cancer. We had lost my uncle to cancer. And to be honest with you, there were no success stories in my world when it came to cancer, and it was like we were just told that there was a death sentence just given out to your 3-year-old son.
And so it began, the fight for Dom's life. Dom was rushed into surgery to remove his cancerous kidney. Then began the chemotherapy and radiation.
Radiation was bad, radiation was ugly. It was very hard for my wife and I.
As Dominic struggled with the pain from all of his treatments, his mom, dad, and siblings were there every step of the way.
I admire them for that. That's an extreme accomplishment. I can't believe how they did it, to be honest.
Never say uncle was something that was kind of our theme in the house. When Dominic got sick, I would tell him, you cannot say uncle, buddy. That word is not going to be allowed through this process. So when he was cancer free, it was like victory.
Dominic was cancer-free by his 5th birthday, and after cancer took so many of his family members, Dominic knows beating cancer isn't easy.
It's a pattern. It's kind of scary, but it's kind of cool to think I survived it. Like, I did that. It's cool.
Dominic has a checkup every 6 months. So far, so good. But yes, Dom does only have 1 kidney, playing one of the most physical sports in America.
I always try to think it wouldn't affect me and just say, that ain't nothing for me, I'm just a dog. I used to just think that. Like, that's how I still think. I don't think it's a disability for me. I just push through.
Does he know the risk?
He absolutely knows the risk, yes.
I just don't want to think of it as an excuse, like if I fail. I don't want that to be the reason I fail. I want it to be I tried my hardest and just couldn't do it.
1 kidney down, but a lifetime of experiences, memories, and happiness left. There will be more battles Dominic will have to face, but
he's going to make us proud, I know that much.
He's a survivor.
He's a survivor. Survivors never say uncle.
Dominic gets regular checkups every 6 months to ensure his cancer is not returned. I will never forget his dad's words after losing so many family members to cancer. Dee Dee was the only one to beat it.
Fantastic, and look forward to covering him again next year.
Exactly.
All right, coming up, the mattress firm Perfect Match, Christian Brothers taking on Grant.
Then we'll see defending section champion Laguna Creek take on Pioneer in girls basketball. But first, here's this week's Spirit Corner featuring the cheer team from Bradshaw Christian.
Trevor was born a champion. He knows how to make lemonade from lemons. He also knows that comfort is all year round. So sometimes when you can't make lemonade, you make hot chocolate. Today, Trevor is proud to be a service champion. We're now offering a $58 2-for-1 special. You'll get a comprehensive AC tune-up and a free furnace safety inspection. High five service, champion attitude. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
Niners Sac-Hi Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Stanford Medicine, #1 in Northern California for orthopedics, and by SunPower, a proud sponsor of the San Francisco 49ers. We head back to Sac City College, the northern site of the section title games. Christian Brothers and Grant playing for the Division III title. Grant, the 3 seed, features one of the best linebackers in the section, Kingston Lopa. His brother Doobie plays safety for the Pacers. They call him the Bash Brothers.
They can bash. Christian Brothers has a sophomore receiver who is flying high for the Falcons this season. Phillip Bell has 19 receiving touchdowns and more than 700 receiving yards on the year. Each week we find the perfect match on the field, just like Mattress Firm helps you find a mattress that is your perfect match. Christian Brothers and Grant is this week's Mattress Firm Perfect Match.
The first of 4 section title games played at Sac City, Grant and Christian Brothers in Division 3. The Falcons get the scoring started in their first drive. Deacon Holden in at quarterback launches the ball to sophomore Phillip Bell, who comes down with a grab at 6-0 Christian Brothers after 1. The Falcons defense on lockdown in the first half. That's linebacker Dustin Regino with the sack. The Grant defense just as good. Dube Lopa with a quick takedown, the senior laying it all on the line. Second quarter, the Grant offense looking to get something cooking. Joshua Hamilton gets a handoff. Josh finds a seam and is off to the races. He shakes off one final defender before making it in for 6. We are tied at 6 at the break. The Pacers take their first lead of the day 3 minutes into the second half. Give it to Samaj Mafuhart and he'll truck a guy. With a 2-point conversion, it's 14-6 Pacers. But CB responds before the end of the third. Landon Howard is the one to do it. He busts through traffic into the end zone. 14-12 the score. Fourth quarter, 4th down, Falcons driving. This is a big stop for Maurice Davis and the Pacers defense because on the ensuing drive, the Pacers score on yet another incredible touchdown run from Mafu Hart. I counted 3 defenders he made miss. A successful 2-point conversion means it's a 2-possession game. It looks like Samaj breaks the plane, but it's ruled unsuccessful by the line judge. It remains a 1-possession game and the Falcons take advantage, driving quickly downfield. Will Littlejohn throws on the run to Jordan Howell, an incredible catch there. Christian Brothers 9 yards out. The pass to the end zone is picked off by Solomona Malai, and Solo seals the deal. After a winless 2021 season, the 22 Division III section title belongs to Grant.
Ladies and gentlemen, the champs are here. I'm with the Pacers. And the fans got their money's worth. Where's Solo go? All right. So you guys had one chance to defend this house. You catch the ball, you run it out, you know the clock is ticking down, you are sealing the deal. How does it feel to catch that game-winning interception?
I don't know. I'm just at loss of words right now. It feels good.
No, you ain't. No, you ain't.
I don't know. It feels great. I ain't never been in a moment like this, but, you know, I just do it for the team, do it for the coaches all the time, all the work we put in. It's just paid off now.
It did pay off. Let's talk to your team. Where's Samaj at? My guy right here. 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns. That second touchdown just sealed the deal. How does it feel to bring home the 8th title in school history?
It's humbling. It's humbling.
Yeah?
It's a blessing.
Coach got one of his own. Doesn't Coach have one of his own too? You're going to hang right next to him.
Yep. He for certainly do.
Right. Should we talk to the Bash Brothers real quick? Dubé right here. First off, how are the legs? How are the legs? You had to get pulled out of the game for a little bit. You okay? You feeling good?
You know, I'm Tongan, so, you know, I got them horse legs, so I'm good, baby. I'm good, baby, yeah. From the beginning to now, we put in the work to be here, and we deserve this with everything. We deserve everything coming our way. We deserve all this. Shout out to the team, shout out to the coaches, shout out to the parents, shout out to all of them. Let's go.
The second member of the Bash Brothers right here, Kingston. So, younger brother, how was Thanksgiving last night? Were you planning a strategy?
Man, I'm Tongan like my brother said.
Come on.
For real.
Are you ready for NorCal's, my guy?
Man, we ready for NorCal.
Yeah. That's all we got to say. Signing off from Sacramento City, my name is Strawberry from V101.1 and the new KISS 107.9. Grant, enjoy those rings, my guy.
Pioneer heads on over to Elk Grove to take on the defending Division II section champs Laguna Creek, and the Patriots are up on the Cardinals early. Olivia Gill drawing the foul and making the shot. Then the Pats pass around the perimeter. Naomi Navarro, Maggie Azevedo, Ava Contreras, the long jump shot makes it 6-1 Pioneer. But the Lady Cards fight right back. Olivia McMurray driving to the rack, the underhand shot lands and 1. The Pats lead is 2 here. Jasmine Clark finessing her way through the paint. Nice move there for the open lay-in. We are tied at 11. But Pioneer pounces back on top. Beautiful dish from Kazaya Maldonado Lemus. Danica Hagel with the finish. It's 13-11 Pioneer after 1. Laguna Creek bearing down in the second. McMurray at the elbow finds Jordan Ramey buried in the corner for 3. 21-16 Creek. Pioneer keeping it close. Elizabeth Lopez, the bounce pass to Gill, and Olivia lands the pretty fade. But Laguna keeps the Pats to just 5 points in the second and third quarter. McMurray to Howard, and back to McMurray for the give and go from the seniors. Now let's switch it up. It's Olivia to Jasmine this time. Howard hits the 3-ball. She would lead the game with 18. Creek with a 16-point lead. McMurray with 12 points on the night. Lots of those points coming in the paint, just like that. But the Pats sparks flying in the fourth quarter. Jordan Thorpe hits Navarro in the corner, and Naomi hits the 3. 17 points for the Pats in the fourth quarter, but the deficit too much to overcome. Patriots with the steal, but Kamora Batiste with the denial. Laguna Creek improves to 2-1 on the season with the 15-point win over Pioneer. Howard leading with 18.
This season, Service Champions Heating and Air Conditioning is shining a spotlight on athletes who give it their all in their sport and give back to their schools.
This week's Service Champions Student Spotlight, we feature Chloe Lemons from the Tracy girls volleyball team. The NYU-bound outside hitter serves as the student body vice president at Tracy High and started a club called Chloe's Closet, where students in need can come get free clothing. Great job, Chloe, for being a champion in service for your school. Coming up, Del Oro and St. Francis meet on the Harvest.
Franklin and St. Mary's in boys basketball also coming up. You're watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Winter sports starting its first full week this week, and we have an exciting early season matchup with St. Francis and Del Oro. The Golden Eagles feature a talented young team.
Yes, they do. Del Oro facing St. Francis in the second game of the season for both teams. The Troubadours, Jaden Weaver putting up 14 points in the team's season opener. She'll look for another big game at home against the Golden Eagles on Monday night.
We got some girls hoops for you. Nick Pecoraro with Del Oro at St. Francis on Monday night. Here we go. First quarter. DO's Shaylin Perry pulls up for a nice elbow jumper. Former NFLer Josh Perry looking on as a proud papa, but St. Francis with some nice ball movement. Sydney Teo to Emily Dussel in the high post. She feeds Jaden Weaver on the old Princeton cut. Weaver had 17 to lead the Trubies, but on the other end, Sophia Haro finds Elsa Wilson in the corner, and Elsa lets it go from 3. But St. Francis leads by 9 after 1. Second quarter, Chidera Okoye beats her defender one-on-one with a strong lefty finish. St. Francis up 32-18 at the break. Third quarter, Sydney Teo says, "I'll see your lefty finish and raise you one and one." Trubies are cooking, but Dio is keeping it close. Perry dumps it inside to Hunter Gordon, who gets her own and one. She led all scorers with 19. Then Perry, working the size advantage, she put up 18 for the Golden Eagles. Closing seconds of the third, freshman Lexi London launches it from way down London town to beat the buzzer, and it's St. Francis by 15 after 3. Trubies keep pouring it on in the fourth. Teo leads Bria McGahan for an easy lay-in, and then Teo working the high screen. Fakes the pass to the corner, gets the layup to go. Sweet move by the sophomore, but Del Oro is not lying down. Perry swings it to Sophia Haro to Peyton Hyde. She drills a big 3. Once down 17 in the fourth, Dio cuts it to 6, but it's too late as Teo sinks the late free throw. St. Francis moves to 2-0. Jaden Weaver, what can we expect from the Trubies this year?
More W's. We're going to get more wins, guys. That's all, yeah. I think our defense, we kept the energy the whole time, and we got steals. It was good.
Brian Mueller saying hello from Stockton Monday night as St. Mary's opens the season against Franklin. The Wildcats open the scoring when Aiden Rollins finds Kanai Gatlin in the corner for 3. But the Rams would respond rapidly. You can tell Caden Ward plays receiver on the football team, shows off those good hands on the steal, and then gets it to Jake Lobes on the other end for the easy 2. Later in the quarter, Ward doing it all by himself this time on the drive. Then it's Lobes to Nate Betancourt for 3. This was all part of a 21-0 Ram run in the first. The Wildcats would stop the bleeding in the second when Aiden Claro goes hard through the lane and scores. Later in the second, Skylar Strickland does a full 360 before shooting and scoring. That expands the St. Mary's lead to 18. Still second, Lobes with the defensive rebound, outlets to Ward, who catches and passes down the court in one motion, looking more like a quarterback there, and it's Daniel Huerta with the reception and score at the other end. Final minute of the half. There's Huerta again showing off his spin move. St. Mary's up big at the break. In the third, Strickland gets the steal ahead to Ward for the slamma jamma, and the Rams open the season in fine fashion with a 72-35 win.
Each week we showcase a top recruit from the Sac-Joaquin section, highlighting athletes getting lots of attention from top colleges.
This week's top recruit is Kanye Clark from Capital Christian. The Eagles' 3-star receiver finished his regular season with 7 Division I offers, including Army, Washington State, Fresno State, and Columbia.
Very impressive. Coming up, our second SunPower Electric game, Houston and Somerville play for the D6 title.
Then it's El Dorado and 12 Bridges in boys hoops. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. We'll be right back.
Every day, the sun comes up. And right on cue, the work begins. We start every morning, knowing full well we're in it for the long haul. Our work is a labor of love. No task too small, no moment uncherished. And although we're not often thanked, we rest knowing that our work is making a brighter future. This is more than milk.
Tim never leaves his wife's side. But since junk sleep gave him a crick in his neck,
who's there?
He can't turn his head to see her. Now he's convinced she's left him.
Michelle?
Only our Love Your Mattress guarantee gets you the lowest price and 120 nights to sleep on it.
You came back.
Unjunk your sleep at Mattress Firm.
Somerville earning the top seed in Division 6. The Bears come into the title game with an 11-1 overall record. The Somerville defense allowing just 8 points a game this season.
Well, Houston's offense puts up nearly 35 points a game. The Huskies are the Bears' opponent. The Division 6 title game. Our Brian Mueller dives deeper into the matchup in our second SunPower Electric game.
Electric game.
Robert and Aubrey, it will be a banner day, a long time coming for one of these two teams in our SunPower Electric game Saturday afternoon. Houston is looking for their first section title since 2000, while Somerville is trying to win their first one ever. Starting with the 2-seed Huskies, 1,000-yard rusher Liam Bridgeford has been the head of the Houston rushing attack. He's averaging 7 yards a carry with 12 touchdowns, but he will face a stout Somerville defense and one that held Houston to just 14 points in their first meeting earlier this year. The D6 title on the line here at St. Mary's as Somerville tries to make it 2 wins this season against Houston. Both teams had long clock-chewing drives to start the game, but it's the Huskies who make it to the red zone first. Robert McDaniel rolls out and connects with Abraham Montes inside the 5. Then Alex Villarreal finishes off the drive with a short TD run to make it 7-0 Houston early in the second. The Bears trying to answer later in the quarter. They had first and goal at the 2. Now it's 4th and goal, and the bad snap kills their chance at a score. Houston maintains their lead. Same score early, 4th. Back comes Houston. McDaniel to Montes again, who makes the catch and is down at the 7. Then it's Bridgeford doing the honors, and the Huskies are sitting pretty, up 14-0. Houston has the ball again with just over 8 minutes to go, just trying to kill the clock, but Braylon Leveroux looking like Mike Tyson punching the ball out. Kai Elkins scoops it up, and Somerville has new life, down just a touchdown. The Bears have the ball again with just 40 seconds to go. Leveroux slowly rolling to the right, takes his time, and fires it to Bradley Tremoloni, who makes a tremendous effort to get out of bounds and stop the clock at 31 seconds. 15 seconds left now. Bears inside the 10. Leveroux scanning, and he connects with little bro Bryce for the score. The Bears are down just a point with 10 seconds left, and they say heck with the tie. We're going for the whole pumpkin pie. A 2-point conversion to basically win it. Leveroux can't find anyone, hoping for a miracle as he throws it to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Houston holding on up a point. The only play for Somerville is an onside kick, and speaking of minor miracles, they get it. Logan Slater with the clutch recovery. So here's the game. Leveroux with one last crack at it. The Hail Mary to the end zone. It's got the distance, but Montes gets his hand on it, and Houston survives with a thrilling 14-13 win. The Huskies are section champions for the first time in 22 years.
Everyone's like crying and stuff, and I'm just kind of like in disbelief. I'm sure that later today and within this weekend I'll start to feel it, but man, even now it just feels great.
Reporting in Stockton for the SunPower Electric game, Brian Mueller, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
A couple undefeated teams meeting up in Lincoln as El Dorado took on 12 Bridges, and the Crash Pit was in mid-season form. 12 Bridges gets it going early as Jacob Gilchrist creates some space before dropping down this J, and then when James Sweet pulls down this offensive rebound and puts it back in, the Raging Rhinos lead it 18-9 after one. In the second, El Dorado roars all the way back as Kai Ratty to Logan Baker, who knocks down the J, and the Cougars lead it 21-18. Gilchrist keeping things close for 12 Bridges as he hits the long jumper in the corner. Third quarter now, and the Cougars, Ratty goes all the way for two more. El Dorado goes back up two. Then Miko Bear showing off his three-point range as he hits the three-pointer right here. It's Miko was feeling it. Bear, three-pointers in the contest. Cougars on the run now. Bear gets the miss and gets it to Jeremy Kimber, who makes an acrobatic layup. Great looking play there. Then it's Bear one more time on the steal. He pulls up and hits another three-pointer. El Dorado leads by 6. Nice ball move by the Rhinos here as Noise to Willis to Kendo, down low to Kellen Fulps for the hoop and the harm. Bagel Man getting it done. Things are getting tighter now, but Eldo's Cody Howard gets the shot up and in, plus the foul. Cougars by 4. 12 Bridges makes a pretty big comeback down 10. Ryan McClintock makes it a 4-point game, but that would be it as the Cougars shoot a bunch of free throws and get out of the new school with a 7-point win. Bear had 25 for the Cougars. Gilchrist finished with 18 for the Rhinos.
I mean, we've been playing some great defense, and I love the intensity that our team is playing with. We've had some illnesses right now going on, but we've really come together as a team since last year and played hard and knocking down shots, and intensity is really the story of the season so far.
Each week we present the Scholar Athlete Award.
This week's Scholar Athlete Award goes to Riley Latigue from Escalon. The senior setter finished her senior season with over 1,000 assists, and in the classroom, Riley has a 4.3 GPA.
Coming up, the final football section title game. It's the Division IV matchup with Capital Christian and Vanden.
Then Wood Creek and Granite Bay in girls basketball. This is 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. Vanden making it to the section title game for the second year in a row. The Vikings, the winners of the D2 title last season. Trey Dimes had 232 passing yards and 4 touchdowns in that game. The quarterback is back again this season for his senior year.
I want to be named Trey Dimes.
You are a quarterback. If you are named Trey Dimes, you are a quarterback.
Or a point guard, one or the other. It's fantastic. Vanden, the 1 seed, taking on 7th-seeded Capital Christian. The Cougars are hot of late, scoring over 40 points in each of their last playoff games. The Cougars and Vikings meeting in the title game with it all on the line. The game played at Sac City College on Saturday afternoon.
Ian Olson here at Sacramento City College, bringing you the Sac Joaquin Division IV Section Championship game between Vanden and Capital Christian. After a scoreless first quarter, Vanden running back Elijah Fisherman takes the rock and finds a hole, sprinting for a Viking first down. Then it's to the air. Quarterback Trey Dimes gets the ball out quickly, and Braden Chavez goes up to make the catch, sprinting to the sideline for a 19-yard gain. Later in the drive, Dimes uncorks one deep down the sideline, finding Muhammad Hakam in stride. The receiver hauls it in, advancing the ball to the 8-yard line and setting up 1st and goal. The next play, Raheem Holt takes the pitch and finds space around the corner, finding the edge and racing untouched into the end zone for the touchdown to put Vanden on top 7-0. The Capital Christian offense looks to throw the ball deep on its next drive, but there's Marcellus Chandler who makes the interception for the Vikings and returns it all the way down to the Cougar 32-yard line. With time running out in the first half and with everybody covered downfield, Dimes tucks it and goes, finding a hole and running 16 yards for a Viking first down. That sets up Rafael Ortiz Velez for a 26-yard field goal attempt, and he kicks it through to give Vanden a 10-0 halftime lead. Third quarter now, with Vanden driving, looking to extend its lead. Capital Christian linebacker Manu Richardson drops into coverage and reads the pass, making the interception. And the Cougars capitalize. Eddie Brusuelas takes a shot deep, and Kanye Clark outruns the coverage to make the grab and take it into the end zone for a 59-yard touchdown, making the score 10-6. Capital Christian gets the ball back with a chance to take the lead late in the game, but linebacker Devin Martin picks it off to kill the drive and put his team back on offense. Vanden hangs on to win 10-6, improving to 12-1 and becoming back-to-back Sac Joaquin Division IV section champion.
Nick Pecoraro with some more Girls Hoops Tuesday. Wood Creek taking on Granite Bay. Here we go. First quarter, get ready to hear this name a lot. Sophomore Ryan Nair with the 3. And then here's Ryan again, jumping the passing lane to get herself another easy bucket. And then here she is again, beating her defender off the dribble this time. If it seems like we're showing her a lot, it's because she did a lot. She went on a 9-0 run to start the game all by herself. She had 18 points in the first quarter. Wood Creek scored the game's first 15 points until Granite Bay finally stops the bleeding. Kaylee Kittle with the hoop in the harm, but the Timberwolves are up 25-3 after one. Second quarter, Grizzlies clawing back as senior Riley Robertson knocks down the triple. But here comes Wood Creek again. Emma Fieselau leading the break, showing off some fancy footwork to get the and one. A little bit of flex there too. Granite Bay's Madison Wright gets back-to-back threes to fall just before the half, but the Grizz are still down 43-15. Third quarter, it's Nair Jordan again with a nice reverse scoop. Ryan had a career-high 24 points on Tuesday. And more Creek. Giselle Torrey gets into the lane with a scoop of her own, and Wood Creek's cooking. But Granite Bay just kept firing. Madison Wright doesn't accept checks, just straight cash. But Wood Creek keeps the foot on the gas, and Hillary Steinman with a nice pick-and-roll action. She feeds Emma Fieselau for two. Emma had 14 for the Timberwolves. On the other end, it's Wright again. There wasn't a spot on the floor she didn't like on Tuesday. 6 3-pointers for the junior. Fourth quarter, Grizzlies still fighting. Robertson dishing, and you know who, Madison Wright is swishing, but it was too much Timberwolves. Hillary Steinman, the smallest player on the court with a strong finish at the bucket. Wood Creek cruises to 2-0 with a 72-35 win.
Remember, you can buy all of the game footage we shoot throughout the week. Go to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.com to order entire game videos.
Follow us on social media for more prep sports content. 49ers.Sac-Hi is our handle on Instagram and Twitter. And go to Cal High Sports on YouTube for all of the Cal High and Sac-Hi highlights.
Coming up, we'll choose the play of the week. This could be the play of the week, maybe not.
But first, take a look at our final Sac Joaquin Section Top 10 football poll presented by Tracy Toyota.
We are back to announce tonight's play of the week.
We call him the Eraser. Mark Willis here to announce the play of the week.
Play of the week.
The Eraser, man, you do something one time now. Well, anyways, look at that play fake by Sydney Tejas, St. Francis. Nice. Then in comes Ryan Miller. He's like a goalie, but he's not. It's a kick save in a beauty. Varela, nice ball. Great looking catch by Oak Ridge and Sebastian Sutton. But the play of the week goes to Shabal Barksdale of Sac-Hi from Broadway. He goes flying in and makes a putback just to beat the buzzer. Dragons win. And Shabal, you win the play of the week.
That's the play of the week, and that is 49ers Sac-Hi Sports for this week. Thank you for watching. I am Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Brownstein. We'll be back next week with action from the NorCal football playoffs, but of course, lots of winter sports as we keep going. We'll have that and a whole lot more next week.